honestly, I'm sick of this belly. I feel tired all the time. I feel bloated. I have no energy to keep up with the kids. Please, can you help me out? I need to do something about it. To be honest, I know how you feel because I've been there before. But why don't you just grab up a chair, my little fat friend, and we can sit down and we can have a chat? To be honest, I know what it feels like to feel kind of sluggish and feeling fat and overweight and having no energy and stuff like that. Because honestly, I've been there myself, so I know the impact it does have as well on your mental health. So I really want to try and help you out here. Okay, cool. Can you please just tell me what to do? I'll do anything. I'm just fucking sick of feeling like this. So the first thing to understand is how weight loss works. And it really comes down to the amount of calories you consume every day versus the amount that you burn off every day. So simply, if you're eating more food than you're actually burning off every day, all the excess food that isn't turned into energy is going to turn into body fat. And if you keep doing that over and over and over, that's what's going to lead to your weight increasing. And that's basically what's been happening. And you may not have understood what you should be eating or how to eat properly, but that's what's been happening over time. You've obviously been consuming so much calories. It could have been from processed foods, sugary stuff, things that are really high in calories, but actually don't fill you up. So what we need to do is start to cut that stuff out. So to be honest, I do understand that that's where I'm going wrong. Like I'm going to the deli and I'm getting breakfast rolls and I'm having bars of chocolates and bags of crisps, but I never actually knew that that's what was really kind of leading me to looking like this and kind of feeling shitty the way I do. Just, can you please just tell me how to eat or what I should be eating? So before going into what you should be eating, I think it's going to be important as well that you do understand how many calories you should be consuming each and every day, because everybody's going to be that little bit different. Because once we kind of work that out, it's much easier then to kind of put a food plan in place that's going to stay within your calorie range to ensure that you do start to lose weight week on week. So when it comes to food, something you've got to recognize is that your body runs off specific things. It's your macro and micronutrients, which is basically your fats, your protein, and your carbs. And this is going to come from things like whole foods, so foods that have basically been alive. So like all your fruits, your vegetables, nuts, seeds, your lean meats, your fish, all kind of things like that. Stuff that you probably know you should be eating. But what we want to do is we're going to try and eat that stuff at least 80 to 90% of the time. Because not only is it good for you, but it's going to be full of fibers, it's going to help with your digestion, it's going to help with your energy levels, it's going to give you all the nutrients, vitamins, protein, everything that your body actually needs. And even with your food as well, it's not about making these fancy meals or anything like that. Like, it's just about keeping it simple, but trying to get some lots of colourful whole foods in as much as possible. So that's basically going to be step one for you, getting on point with your food. The next step, what I want to focus on is your movement. And we're going to focus on your steps each and every day, because I know you can be busy with work, with family and stuff like that, and you may not get to the gym as much. So if we can really put a focus on your steps every day, that will also massively help you lose that weight, drop down that body fat, and help you feeling a bit more energized and feeling better about yourself. Simply just want to aim for between like 10 to 12,000 steps a day. Ideally, we want to be doing that because 10,000 steps is roughly around 500 calories. And by doing that every day, it means you're going to burn about 3,500 calories a week, which is equivalent to half a kilo of body fat. So once we get your food right, you just get those steps in, there's no reason why you can't lose half a kilo a week. Then to ramp that up even more, we're trying to find days that's going to suit you to get some training in the gym. So ideally, you can get to a gym and do some workouts, you can go to some classes, or you can even do some home workouts. And it doesn't have to be like a couple of hours inside there. You can actually get a good workout done in half an hour if you're kind of stuck on time. Okay, that sounds pretty good and that sounds pretty doable for me. So is it just about doing like a program that kind of, I suppose, suits my busy lifestyle and suits me around work and my family and stuff like that? Yes, of course, because that's the number one thing, that we can actually set up a program, do it that kind of works for you, works for your lifestyle. Because if you can do that and it fits into your routine, then it's so much easier then to maintain it in the long term. And that's the key goal here. It's not about getting quick fixes, it's not about losing as much weight as possible in the shortest time possible. It's about creating habits, putting a system in place that you can actually do this for years to come. On top of that then, what we want to do is we also need to focus on your sleep. Because if you're not sleeping right, your body's going to be not recovering properly. And the next day you could wake up feeling burnt out or drained or tired. When we feel tired, that's kind of generally when we start to grab shitty foods. So that's the next thing we really want to focus on, is getting a good 7 to 8 hours sleep each night. Lastly then, we're going to focus on your water intake. So making sure you get 2 to 3 litres of water in each and every day. And if you can put those few things in place and you stay with it, I guarantee you're going to get some incredible results moving forward. okay, cool, I'm definitely going to give this a go because I feel I need to do it, not just for me but for my family as well, because like I want to be that inspiration of help for my family. I don't want to be this sluggish person all the time and feeling down and feeling shit and hating that person I see in the mirror. So I'm going to give this all my go, I'm going to give this my best shot really, and I'm going to chase after it. Also as well, I'm going to shoot you a follow.